It's Nørgaard. So today I'm doing this makeup look. This is a glittery navy smoky eye. So I'm doing a talk through tutorial, and yeah, I don't really have much to say. It's pretty late, it's almost 10 p.m. and I'm kind of sleepy, and this eye just keeps on watering. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take all of this makeup off now and go to bed. But yeah, I really like how this look turned out. I was just feeling some navy and some glitter today. And by the way, don't mind my hair, it's a mess. It does not want to behave today. It is what it is. So if you like the look, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and watch in high definition. And without further ado, here comes the tutorial. So I'm going to start out with the eyes first, since I'm going to use glitter. So quickly before I start my eye makeup, I'm going to prime the skin. I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin, and I'm going to use this all over except on the eyelids. So I apply it on the acne scars I have on my cheeks and in my T-zone where I have big pores and underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer. Yeah, Skin Equalizer Primer, and this is the Mattifying. I use this in the T-zone where I get super oily. And I have really been liking this lately. It really works. It really keeps my skin matte for longer. Especially my chin gets super shiny. I don't know why, but my chin is the most shiny, and then the nose and then the forehead. Just going to target those areas. So my palette is a little bit dirty because I just touched it with my primed fingers. So excuse that, but this is the Beige Studio Pro brow palette. And I'm going to start out with the clear wax. And I'm just going to run that through my eyebrows to give my brow powder that I'm going to use later, something to stick to. So now I'm going to use this color, and I'm going to use this towards the back of the brows. And then I'm going to use this color for the inner part. So there is the rough before and after brow. So I'm just going to do this brow the same exact way, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to use concealer to clean up my brows, and I'm going to use the Essence Stay All Day Concealer in the color number 10 Natural Beige. So I'm going to start underneath the brow, and as per usual I use my little sponge to blend it out. And then with the same concealer I'm going to do the top part and right here in between the brows. And then go ahead and blend that out. So again, a little side-by-side comparison. So this is the cleaned up brow, and this is the messy brow. Okay, so to keep the brow hairs in place, I'm going to use a bit of this L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in light to medium. And I'm just going to run that through the entire brow from front to back. And there's not a need for a lot of this, since we already have the wax to hold the brow hairs in place. So I'm going to use some Milani eyeshadow primer. I wore this out on Friday night and it wore so well. This stuff is the bomb. So the first shadow I'm going to use is this MAC eyeshadow in the color charcoal brown, and my eyeshadow totally broke. And actually I just remembered I'm going to use some tape before I apply any eyeshadows. So I'm just going to apply that out here. So now I'm going to pop some charcoal brown in the crease, and this is quite a dark crease color to start out with. So I'm starting in the outer corner and slowly working my way in so that it's the darkest out here. So if you're more comfortable with using a lighter transitioning color first and then this color, you can do that. And also if you're darker than me, this will not be as intense. But yeah, you can just go right ahead if you dare. So I look down and I bring the color in this inner crease part. So I'm going to take the Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in Brulee, and I know I have used this a lot lately, but it's a really great matte highlight for my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and place that on the brow bone and then blend a tiny bit. So I'm just going to do the same over here, and I will be right back. So actually, while I do this, I might have a little talk with you guys just about my day, nothing spectacular. So I went grocery shopping today with my dad, and I got food for the entire upcoming week. I don't know when this video will be up, but when I'm filming it, it's Sunday. So yeah, I went and got everything I need for the coming week, and I meal prepped since I'm going to the library every single day on the weekdays. I haven't really talked about it at all, but I am writing my bachelor project at the moment. As most of you guys probably know, I do study at college/university, which is what we call it over here, and I'm majoring in English. And yeah, I'm writing a bachelor project on DuckTales. So that's 25 pages on stylistics in DuckTales. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. And that's also why my videos have been a little more sporadic, because it just takes up a lot of time to do such a big project. I feel like I got carried away and made this inner corner darker than this one. Okay, so anyways, let's move back on to makeup. So I'm going to use this Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeshadow crayon in the color Naughty Navy, and I'm going to use this all over my eyelid. So this is really nice and creamy, but it does set, so you want to work with one eye at a time. So on top of that base, I'm going to use this Rimmel Magnif'eyes mono eyeshadow in the color Magnetic Blue. So I'm just going to pat that on top. And this color looks good. This color looks great on its own, but it really pops on top of this base. So now I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Magnif'eyes mono eyeshadow in the color Magnanimous Black, I think. It's just a matte black. And I'm going to start in the outer corner and just deepen that up. And then I go back into Charcoal Brown by MAC. And I go along the crease. And I also blend out the black out here in the outer corner. And I'm going to take the color all the way around the blue. And I also go in and blend with my blending brush. And I'm just going to add a touch more of the Royal Navy blue color, just right here in the center. Okay, so now I'm going to do the glitter, and I have never tried actually using this technique before, so hopefully it works. So yeah, I only tested it out on my hand. On my hand it looked beautiful, so fingers crossed it also looks great on the eyes. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. glitter primer, and then I'm going to use this glitter by W7. This is called the Space Debris glitter, and this is in a nice navy blue color. And this glitter, as you can hopefully see, has a mixture of larger and smaller glitter pieces. So I'm going to dab the glitter primer over the navy eyeshadow where I want my glitter to be, and then I go ahead and use my finger, the same finger, to pat on this glitter. Okay, so that works pretty well. So now I'm going to do the other eye, and you only want to use a tiny bit of the glitter primer. If you use too much, it's going to be a mess. So now I'm just going to lightly blend this glitter into my shadows, just ever so slightly. Okay, so before I move on to the face and clean up all the fallout, I'm going to do my liquid liner. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner, which I really do like. I just wish it was waterproof. So lining on top of glitter is always tricky. it can be hard to make the liner show up. So I just trace along my lash line and just kind of wing it out a tiny bit. So that is that. So now I'm going to remove the tape, and we have these nice straight lines, and I'm going to use a baby wipe to clean up all the mess I've made. And in case you guys haven't used glitter before, just keep in mind that it is super messy, and I would definitely recommend doing your eyes first. So I'll also have to touch up my primer. So for my foundation, I'm going to use the Essence Stay All Day foundation, and I have this in the color number 15, Soft Cream. This is a very decent drugstore foundation, and I also wore this one out on Friday. It lasted very well, looked really good, and I think I'm going to have to drag this down my neck because it is a little dark. It does oxidize, which I do not like. I really just want my foundations to be the color that they are when I first put them on. So I'm going to take it down the neck. So I take it all the way down here onto my chest, but I don't apply any more foundation. I just use whatever is left on the brush, and that should work. I'm just going to leave my face at this. I'm not going to apply a second layer. Instead, I'm going in with my concealer, and I do actually really like this concealer. This is also what I used on Friday, but again, just like with the foundation, it does oxidize, which I hate, and for some reason it irks me more that the concealer oxidizes than the foundation. I don't know, I think it's kind of tolerable to have a foundation that oxidizes, but when it's the concealer, that just really irks me. But besides the fact that it oxidizes, it is a really good concealer. It lasted all night. Another thing I don't like about this concealer is that it doesn't apply very much. I have to dip into the tube quite a few times to get enough product, but that is personal preference. I know I apply a lot of concealer, okay? So I'm going to use my little sponge. I do like the finishes of the foundation and the concealer. They do kind of set, which again is great for my oily skin. So the powder I'm going to use is the Airspun Loose Powder. And again, I used this on Friday night, and when I used it, when I first, applied it, I was like, oh my god, this smells so much. I completely forgot how intense the smell is. It's very perfumey and very old lady, but luckily it does go away completely after you're done setting your under eyes or using it all over, and it works so well. At the end of the night, I had no creasing, and I also didn't look dry, so it's amazing. I highly recommend this. So right after my Laura Mercier powder, this is definitely my favorite. And then while I'm at it, I go ahead and set the rest of my face, and of course take it down the neck, and then I brush away the excess powder. So now I'm going to use this e.l.f. Fiji contouring blush and bronzer, I think it's called. So this is a matte bronzer and a matte blush, and I'm going to use both. And I'm actually going to use this bronzer as bronzer and contour. So I go underneath the cheekbone, but also kind of on top, kind of shaping my face as well as giving back some color. So I'm also going ahead and contouring my nose with the same color, and then of course the jawline, can't forget that. So now I'm going to apply a bit of the blush from this e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer duo, and I'm just applying that kind of above the contour slash bronzer, so right up in this area. So I'm going to take these two contouring palettes by Wet n Wild, using mainly this one, and I'm just going to apply that underneath the eyes because I feel like I'm looking pretty dark underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to let that sit for a minute, and in the meantime I'm going to apply this Milani baked blush in the color Luminoso. This is very shimmery and very pigmented. You only need the tiniest bit. And I'm going to apply that on the apples of my cheeks. I just go and tap off the excess, and that's how much I'm using. It's really, really pigmented. I'm going to use this W7 Bronze and Glow, the Hollywood Bronze and Glow, and I'm going to use the highlight in here. So first I'm sweeping away any excess powder, and then I'm going to highlight. And I'm going to use my finger to highlight the tip of my nose and right down the center, and also the cupid's bow, and then a tiny bit on the chin, and then of course I'm going to blend that in. So I'm going to set everything with my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to brush lightly through my eyebrows, because I did get some powder in my brows. Then I'm going to take this Jordana Kohl Kajal eyeliner in the color Beautiful, like beautiful but with blue. And I'm going to apply this on the lower lash lines and in the waterlines. I go ahead and use the black eyeshadow out here in the outer corner, and then I'm going to use the navy blue color along the rest of the lash line. So now I'm using the highlighter around the tear duct. So now I'm going to take the Jordana 12-hour Made to Last liquid eyeliner pencil, and this one goes on my top waterline. Oh, my eyes are so sensitive. So now I'm going to curl my lashes. Mascara today is L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in the color Blackest Black, and this is the waterproof. And I'm going to start out with my top lashes. So the lashes I'm going to apply today are the Primark Sultry lashes, and I'm going to use my W7 lash glue because it dries instantly. When I was wearing falsies on Friday night, I didn't have a lot of time to do my makeup, and first I went for my Black Kiss aloe vera lash glue, but it took forever to dry. So I ended up using this instead, and I just love how quickly it dries and how well it lasts. So I'm going to apply mascara to the bottom lashes now. So I just applied very minimal mascara to the bottom lashes, and now I'm going to apply a little bit more to the top, and I'm going to touch up my inner corner highlight. And just to finish off, I am going to go over my liquid liner. So now we're going to do the lip, and with this kind of blue eye look, I am definitely drawn to doing kind of a peachy nude. So I'm going to take the Rimmel Lasting Finish lip liner in the color Natural, and I'm going to outline my lips with this. So for lipstick, I'm going to use this liquid lipstick by Essence in the color Almost Real. It's a beautiful peachy nude, and this is a liquid lipstick, but it's really just a really pigmented lip gloss. This eye keeps on watering, it's so annoying. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the Oh My Gloss by Rimmel. This one is in the color Non-Stop Glamour. Okay, so here we have the finished look. You guys will have to excuse my eye, it just keeps on watering. I don't know what's up. It's not irritated, it just out here it just keeps on watering a little tiny bit all the time. Also my hair is not cooperating today, but whatever, it's all good. I really love the makeup. I love the lip and cheek combo with this eye look. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video, so take care and bye bye.